In early 2021, Oprah Winfrey's much-anticipated interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle aired on television in Great Britain and the United States, creating a massive media event. Online and print media devoted extensive coverage to stories of palace intrigue and family conflict, including revelations about racism within the royal family. The interview followed Harry and Meghan's break with the royal family, in which they voluntarily gave up their royal duties and their His, Her, Highness titles. For Activity 1, you will analyze media coverage of Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah. First, examine the interview coverage of Harry and Meghan in online and print news sources. Compare and contrast news articles and videos from the US. Some sources you could look to are NPR, CNN, Oprah Magazine, People's Magazine, and Rolling Stone Magazine. Then look at UK sources such as BBC, The Guardian, The Times, and The Daily Telegraph. After examining several different sources, consider the following. What differences do you see in the coverage of Harry and Meghan's interview? Which images and/or interview clips did each news source use? Why do you think these visuals were selected? How do visuals differ between US and UK media outlets? Who is the author of the news article or video? What bias might they have in presenting information about UK royalty? What type of language is used in the news article or video? How is language used to influence readers/viewers? How did the participants involved respond to the event? Answer this by going to the websites for the Queen and Buckingham Palace and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and then comparing and contrasting their statements. Then also consider, how might have British ideas about the practices of government influence Harry and Meghan's decision to give up their royal duties? Is this covered in the media sources you explored? Why or why not? Moving on to Activity 2, you will analyze movie trailers about British kings and queens and American presidents. First, pick some movie trailers to analyze. Some films you can consider for British kings and queens are The Young Victoria, The King's Speech, and Mary Queen of Scots. For American presidents, some films to consider are Lincoln, LBJ, and even Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. However, there are many films to consider, and there are links to lists with more in the textbook. Once you have watched a few trailers, analyze them by comparing and contrasting how British kings and queens and American presidents are portrayed in movies. Then ask yourself, what differences and similarities do you see in how the British royalty and US leaders are portrayed in movies? What perspectives do films take towards these different forms of government leadership? Is it evident that British ideas and practices of government influence US government? Why or why not? Once you have a grasp on these films, design your own Hollywood-style movie trailer that showcases how British ideas about practices of government influence the American colonists and the political institutions that developed in colonial America.